So big news hit the internet, and that is Girl Scout cookies are in. I got mine. I hope you got yours. Hopefully that was heard. I didn't set up my microphone up. Whoops. Anyway, hello viewers. I am Steven, otherwise known as the Buhrmanator on YouTube, and I don't usually make videos regarding television shows or anything that is about media. I usually do sketch comedy, but given the circumstances of why I'm making this video, well, let's start from the beginning. Arrow is ending after 10 episodes of season 8. Now, they were renewed fully for season 8. I guess fully to them was 10 episodes, because you know on the 10th episode it'll probably be the crossover Crisis on Infinite Earths, which is a huge DC event. Very excited that the Arrowverse, oh god, I'm not going to be able to say that again. Flashverse, the Arrowverse. What was I talking about? I'm so not good at this. I'm really working on it. I'm so happy I got 10 minutes. Anyway, Arrowverse has been going and kicking since 2012. Coincidentally, the same year that the CW decided to shift their demographic over from just women of age 18 to 36, but to all adults of ages 18 to 36. Arrow being the first original show that they made in attempts to do that. Not only, I guess, did Arrow kick off this universe of DC heroes and characters, but it also kicked off CW's programming, which is kind of nice. Why this show probably lasted 8 seasons, because let's be honest, after season 2, we hit a little rough patch. Who decides to have Ra's al Ghul be the main villain of season 3? Where do you go from there? Who can top Ra's al Ghul? Not Ricardo Diaz, I'll tell you that much. Nonetheless, we had a few rough patches. And that's understandable. When a show gets to as many seasons as it does, you start to lose focus. And you start to grow, actually, I should say. I mean, let's not look at Walking Dead, actually. Let's not think about it. I will say this. Season 7 of Arrow has been really good. I am a fan of what they're doing with Oliver's character. I'm a fan of him being actually the Green Arrow in public. Everyone knows him. Oliver Queen is the Green Arrow. And Rebirth, Oliver Queen is this liberal, friendly guy who is for the people and has so much money to just give away. Whereas in what was that? What noise did I make there? In the Arrowverse, it's still a little dark, but at least he is working for the people, and we can have a true Oliver Queen. And the 150th episode was spectacular. So all of these things adding up, I think season 7 is as well received as I am taking it. I should have done more research, but again, as I mentioned in the beginning, I'm not used to doing these kind of videos. This video, though, will focus more on the prediction of where the heck this universe and these characters are going to end up, because Arrow is home to so many already established characters. They can't all go to the wonderful Legends of Tomorrow, where they'll write their characters better than they were written in the previous show they were on. I'm looking at you, Damien Dark. But they can still be used. We have Mr. Terrific, we have Wild Dog, we have a plethora of canaries. Spartan, which also could technically be Green Lantern if the show decided to take that route, as they've hinted, cameoed, whatever, in Elseworlds crossover. Elseworlds is back here, apparently. With my 3 pops that I've decided to just place casually in the background. We still have so many characters to use. And one of the theories is that Oliver Queen will live happily ever after, just be kind of like a Malcolm Merlyn type character where it just shows up sometimes. He could cameo if he survived, but let's go to the main prediction of Oliver Queen's fate, and that is that this poor son of a gun is going to die in Crisis. Now, come on, we have to understand that he made a deal with the Monitor in Elseworlds crossover, and we weren't privileged to hear what he said. And we haven't seen the Monitor since, so we're going to assume that this sort of deal that they made is probably for next year's crossover, being Arrow's finale. I imagine, since the original Crisis on Infinite Earths has Barry Allen disappearing, Oliver Queen will take his place. Oliver Queen mentioned in Elseworlds crossover that he knows that Barry and Kara are the symbols of hope. They stand for what truly needs to happen, and Oliver Queen cannot get to that point. He is past redemption, which honestly I would have loved to see back in like season 2 to season 3, a slow shift into a more brighter Oliver Queen, but we are far past the opportunity for that. And if you watch Arrow still, you know that, and if you don't, you should know that, because you probably stopped watching for a reason. With Oliver Queen knowing that, very smart on his character's behalf, there is no redemption for him. He has done so many bad things, and even though he wants to have a good life, he knows that if it means losing them, it's not worth it. A very hero-like thing to do. How will he die in Crisis? Honestly, I don't know. The Arrowverse decides to change things up from the comics a lot. Although it was nice to see in Elseworlds Psycho Pirate quote the exact quote on the cover of Crisis on Infinite Earths, they still like to have their differences. Ghost Initiative, Suicide Squad, you know, kind of thing. So I'm sure Oliver Queen will go out in a very brave and bold fashion. Tommy Merlin, man, I still to this day hope that he's alive, and in this finale he'll be like, hey Oliver, still here. Although we've had so many different reincarnations of Tommy, I don't know if that's ever going to be possible again. To corral this entire discussion back to predictions, let's talk about the shows and characters that aren't Oliver Queen and Arrow after Arrow is done. Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, Supergirl, and Batwoman, possibly Superman, Lois Lane. I know there was rumors and talks. Obviously nothing's confirmed, I don't think. But it'd be really cool because I love Tyler Hoechlin as Superman. All of these shows, well, first off, Crisis on Infinite Earths will take all of these universes and combine them into one. I imagine, because that's exactly what the comic does. Supergirl will live on the same Earth as the Flash and as Batwoman and as the Atom, White Canary, etc., the Legends. Now, the Legends going in and out through time, you'd think that they would know of the events that would happen on Crisis on Infinite Earths. So I'm kind of curious to see where that show is going to take us, because they weren't a part of Elseworlds crossover, which I understand. First off, I loved Elseworlds. It was a great crossover, great introduction to Batwoman, and I get why Legends couldn't be a part of it. Legends have been confirmed for season 5, and I believe that's truly the case because of the Crisis crossover. I mean, that's why Arrow is returning, I imagine. So these shows could potentially form a Justice League if we had Batwoman, The Flash, and Supergirl all within the same Earth. I imagine they would try not to focus on Superman too much. It'd be cool to see Superman a little more involved in Martian Manhunter, but who has the budget for all this CGI, am I right? That's probably why Ragman got cut out of Arrow. Nonetheless, the world is growing, and we have so much potential for so much more, which is why if Oliver did survive, it'd be nice to see him cameo once in a while, but we're going to assume he's dead. Barry obviously takes the lead on this entire universe, on top of the fact that the show is way more successful than Supergirl in viewership. Batwoman coming in, that introduces a whole nother world. Gotham, Arkham, I mean, going into Arkham, God, that'd be amazing. We know that Themyscira does exist because the Legends made a drop-off there. Green Lantern, John Diggle could happen, and that'd be awesome. All of these possibilities for these characters. I do hope that they make a Teen Titans show. I don't know if they will because of the DC streaming and Titans being a success, which I have yet to see. Teen Titans show would be cool if we took Roy, or Thea, Queen for that matter, but I don't think Willa Holland would come back. So Roy and Wally West. I mean, come on. Let's actually write him correctly. Honestly, anyone else, those are the only two characters I really want to see in Titans. We could have a Robin. That'd be kind of cool. I don't know who else would join, but they could join. If you have Teen Titan ideas, comment on it. If you think that I'm crazy to even hope for that, you can say that too. I've been told that many times. I will say all of these shows would really be pushed in a certain direction if Oliver Queen sacrificed himself and died. It's really more of a discussion than a prediction. It'd be cool to see Black Canary guest star on a few of these shows. You know, we have so many characters. This grim, dark Arrow future that we've been seeing these flash forwards of probably won't exist once Crisis happens. I hope it's not a real future. That'd be really depressing. This was more me to talk out my emotions on the fact that Arrow's ending, because again, as a lot of people have watched it since day one, and it has come so far. and it has springboarded so many awesome projects. So it's just sad to see it go, but I'm excited to see what the writers do for it. I know I wore a jean jacket over it, but I did wear my Sincerely shirt in order to pay homage during this video. I am sincerely disappointed that we have to say bye to Stephen Amell playing Oliver Queen, possibly. It's an adverb. Final predictions after this whole entire conversation. I predict The Flash will take the lead, obviously. I hope that Legends lasts for season 6. Supergirl will be brought over in Crisis. Batwoman will be a part of it, and potential duo crossovers like Arrow and Flash did in season 2 of Arrow. And of course, Black Lightning, you exist. I just haven't watched you, and who knows if you'll be a part of this or not. I will end on tweets that the team has posted out, in case you haven't seen it. Beth Schwartz said, "Can't express what these past 7 years have meant to me. So grateful for this insane journey and for the amazing people I've met along the way. Thank you to the best writers, cast, crew, and to all the fans." And this was in response to Stephen Amell's tweet, "Playing Oliver Queen has been the greatest professional experience of my life. But you can't be a vigilante forever. Arrow will return for a final run of 10 episodes this fall. There's so much to say, ... For now, I just want to say thank you." What's there to say, Oliver? Huh? What's there to say? Stephen Amell, tell us. Madison McLaughlin, who played Evelyn, I know, kind of an odd one to quote, but her tweet is one of the first ones I saw after Stephen Amell's. She said, "Forever thankful for my time as Evelyn learning from Oliver, but also for my time learning from Stephen. Thanks for teaching me cool ways to carry a bow, and for giving my first tequila." Okay, interesting. "But especially for having my back in a situation where I didn't have much power, but you did." And Mark Gunheim, one of the executive producers and writers and etc. on the show, "I've said it before and I'll say it again, without an audience, there is no show. Thanks to the millions who provided years of employment to hundreds, we aim to craft a finale season that will do you proud." Thank you for listening. Like and subscribe. I want to try to do more of these videos. This is my first attempt at really diving into a dissection of something. I'll probably do a whole episode about Legends because I love Legends so much, and I think it deserves the respect. Happy day. Sad day, actually, because Arrow was announced that it's ending, but you know, we'll see what happens. For now, let's see how season 7 ends with Emiko Queen and Oliver Queen. Yeah. This video has ended, but your experience does not have to. I have a whole YouTube channel of videos that you can check out. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button, go to my channel, and take a gander. Browse, shop. There's nothing to buy, there's just things to watch for free. And I don't know if there's commercials. I don't think I'm that important to have commercials. So, thanks. How do I end this?